I need like a little intro music.
Dun, 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 dun. It's Cilsey and Katiana's incredible review of The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Listeners, stand by for amazing insights to
from
issue 3 of
from
Incredible Hulk. Go ahead.
from people who don't know very much about comics. Yay. Okay. So today we are doing the Incredible Hulk issue number 3, Banished to Outer Space. Dun dun dun. You
See
know.
the Hulk banished to outer space, trapped by the Ringmaster, and other thrills with the most exciting original character in comics. Dun, dun, dun. Okay,
Yep. I
over
just
to
want to
you.
say the title Banished to Outer Space, he is banished to outer space for all of like 3 seconds. It's not long. Um so yeah.
Well, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah. Oh wait, I need to watch my own stream so I at least have one viewer. Give me a second. This one was okay. This comic was okay. I talked to Matt about these stupid like previously on, the last comic, and I realized that they maybe had to do that because the other comics weren't available to people back then. Like, were like magazines? So once that month is over, you can't get that comic anymore.
Yes, yes,
Okay, so I forgive them for the flashbacks. I still hate the flashbacks, but I forgive them for the flashbacks.
yes. You bought the comic, and then the next month you bought the new comic, and if you missed the first one and you couldn't get it,
Yeah.
unless your friend had it and loaned it to you to read.
So I will forgive them for the flashbacks. I still find them entirely annoying. Uh,
Though I don't know if the libraries had them or not. I mean, they have them now. They have manga now. I don't know if they had them back then.
mm.
It's an interesting thought.
So this issue starts where the last issue stopped, which I enjoyed that it wasn't like random. I don't know.
Yeah.
With the Hulk in the underground cavern, and Rick Jones is going home to sleep. This is important that he was going home to sleep. When he is stopped by soldiers searching for him, armed soldiers. They take him to Thunderbolt Ross, who says he needs the Hulk to test a new missile for the good of the country. And for some idiotic reason, Rick agrees with this. I know. I don't know. He goes back to the cavern, and as he is releasing Hulk, Hulk smashes the equipment holding the door closed. Hulk follows Rick, wanting to attack him for keeping him prisoner, but Rick is faster than the Hulk, so we learn that the Hulk doesn't run good.
No, he's not very fast. He's not a sprinter.
Yeah.
He's in it for the long haul.
And leads him to the rocket, the missile, and throws his jacket inside because that's what the Hulk's gonna go after, because he's like a dog, like that sniffs scent or something. I don't know. I didn't get it. And traps Hulk inside. At which point Rick says, "I sure hope I did the right thing, betraying him this way."
Right.
That's literally what he said. So I'm going to assume if you're saying you're betraying him, then that was probably not the right thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally betrayed him.
Yeah. Thunderbolt shoots Hulk into space, stating he will never return to Earth again alive. Hulk is shot into space where sunlight turns him back into Bruce Banner, but then the missile ends up in a radiation belt that transforms him back into the Hulk. Yeah. So I think this is the point in the comic where it's not going to be daytime, nighttime thing, which was super weird.
Yeah, and so now we're going into weirdness because, like, I totally don't remember this part at all. That
Yeah,
he's always going to be the Hulk, and there's going to be no way to switch it out.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Rick overhears Thunderbolt talking about the Hulk is never going to return and is shocked. I don't know why. I don't know why he ever thought this was a good idea at all. I guess I'll just blame it on him being a teenager who's an idiot. I don't know. Obviously, Rick doesn't make good decisions. He snuck onto a explosion site and
Well, no, he's a teenager.
almost died, and he's following a monster around. So, I mean, he doesn't make good decisions. And so he sneaks into to access the control panel and bring Hulk back. But that exact moment, a shock from the radiated ship travels back all the way to Rick's hand.
Oh.
Shocks him.
Yeah, this one is like, and psychically links them.
Yeah, this was
like, oh, I don't know if I can, I don't know. This one's like really unbelievable.
Yeah. This is the reason that our next series is not going to be science related. Because obviously they just suck at doing science things. So like,
well, science things were a lot unknown back in '62, so we've had that discussion before. But like, yeah, okay. Anyway.
Yeah. The capsule plummets to Earth and crashes hard, making Rick think Bruce is dead. But the Hulk emerges in the sunlight and starts to attack Rick. Rick realizes that his voice commands the Hulk to do whatever he wants. And what he wanted was him to like lift his hand and sit down on the ground and then carry him down a mountain. And he brings him back to the cabin so that he can go to sleep. Once he falls asleep, Hulk goes on a rampage, which we actually get to see this time. We're not just told that he rampages. We get to see him do it. So that made me happy because I was sick of them just telling us that he was on a rampage. Again, the humans try to shoot at him, even though every time they shoot at him, it doesn't work. And once again, it does absolutely nothing. Rick says he cannot control him unless he gets close enough for Hulk to hear his commands. This is important later on. Rick has the Hulk jump/fly them to safety, so Hulk has a new power where I think it's just like a big jump. But it, he can cross the world. I don't know. And Rick realizes he needs to stay awake for the Hulk to follow his commands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So he gets him back into the cavern and was lucky to be able to replace the shattered steel ramrod, which is like bigger than the Hulk, which is holding the door closed. So this skinny little teenager, in the matter of 24 hours, was able to find this really great equipment and fix it by himself.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense. And the thing is, these plot points could just not do it. Like, he could have opened the door and Hulk could have just ran away instead of breaking this thing that this kid had no way to replace in a 24-hour period. Like, they didn't have to do that. Like, they set this plot point up, whole thing. No, I'm mad about it. Then we get a flashback to Hulk's origins. Yay. And then
we get to go through all that again. Yep. Yay.
Yeah. Rick stays awake all night while the Hulk is trapped inside, which makes no sense. He put Hulk inside because
he could fall asleep.
He assumed that, like, if he fell asleep, then Hulk would be safe inside. But he then chose to stay awake all night.
Yeah. That was weird.
Yeah, I didn't get that at all. That didn't make sense at all. So then we get to meet the Ringmaster. who's
Oh
a
dear.
circus guy. And I'd like to know how many superheroes have hypnosis powers, because I feel like so far it's all of them.
Yeah, well, hypnosis was what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of a big thing um back then, especially during the Victorian times. They used to have like they called them mesmerists, and you would see them like at the circus or the carnival. There would be a mesmerizer there to do exactly what the ringmaster is doing now. Of course, we don't do carnivals and that kind of thing now that we used to do back then. And circuses have gone away too, so.
Yeah. So, some FBI agents, ooh, the FBI, this is the first time we've seen the FBI in something, are trying to keep under wraps that towns have people who are motionless and statue-like and have also been robbed. Their only clue is a circus poster that's been in every town, and so they try to track down the circus. Cut to the ringmasters in a new town and hypnotizes them, steals all of their valuables, and moves on to the next town. So,
Yeah, but oh, everyone's been turned into a living statue. It's like, okay, what happened to all the people? Oh, they've been, never mind.
yeah.
Are all
And I have to say that they did, like, I was about to get real angry because it starts with him hypnotizing everybody at the circus, and I'm like, wait. Not everybody in that town went to that effing circus. No. But then it cuts to him saying that, like, he hypnotizes the rest of the town that didn't go. And I'm like, fine. You covered that plot hole, Marvel. Good job. Now cover the rest of them. Back to the Hulk, and Rick hasn't fallen asleep. Decides to go to his aunt's house to freshen up and go on a walk through town. And sees a circus poster. Dun dun dun. And decides to attend. I feel like this is a really dumb move, but I'm going to give it to him since at this point he must be delirious from lack of sleep. So
right.
I'm going to give it to him because, like, there's this super stressful thing on his mind. He has a monster under his control, and he's just like, hey, I'm going to go to the circus. I haven't slept for 48 hours. I'm going to go to the circus. Yeah, so we'll mark that as not a plot hole, that he's delirious and not making good decisions. He is hypnotized, and before he loses his thoughts, he calls Hulk to him through his thoughts. What happened to the Hulk being able to need to hear him in the previous Rampage scene? Like, he wasn't...
Right, he had to get close enough, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you could just leave it out. You could just leave that out.
That that plot hole is so large you could drive a train through it.
I mean, I feel like at this point, like, if we just listed all of Marvel's plot holes, it would be an endless, eternal list. It's just awful. So anyways, I was angry about that, obviously. So the Hulk comes flying in and beats the crap out of some henchmen before being stunned by a water cannon and wrapped in a net and chains. I mean, I feel like Hulk was, like, shot with nuclear weapons before or something, and that didn't knock him out, but a water cannon's gonna knock him out. Okay. I guess we'll give it to him because
right.
Hulk remains motionless because Rick is neither conscious or asleep because he's hypnotized or something. That is just, I don't know. The ringmaster adds the Hulk to his show and moves on to the next town. Because he totally forgot that he, like, beat the crap out of some guys and tore down his tent. But anyways, the FBI and Rick show up at this next show, and Hulk starts destroying everything while the ringmaster tries to escape by chariot.
Yeah.
That's the way to escape, by chariot. Yeah, okay. So the Hulk pulls down the tent pole and stops the ringmaster by, like, yanking him. And before Hulk ends him, Rick asks him to set him down. And suddenly the military shows up because we got to wrap this up. And Rick tells Hulk to fly them out to safety. Yeah. So
nothing can stop him now.
Yeah. Why was this issue called Banished to Outer Space? This was not about outer space in any kind of way. Yeah. I mean, he went into outer space, but like I said, it was literally for like 3 seconds. It was not long, at all, and that really isn't what the story was about.
Right.
So.
But now he can fly. But for how long?
And he's stuck in Hulk form now.
Yeah.
And it still can't be related to... Well, maybe it could be related to if he's angry, because just Hulk is always...
He's always angry.
Angry, so...
And so our amazing saga comes to an end, but only for now. Soon, the Hulk will strike again. But more of that in the next issue of The Incredible Hulk. Don't dare miss it.
Why in the world would Rick Jones decide to work with Thunderbolt Ross from previous comics? Why? Why would he?
All right, so, well, now, this was before all of the social change at the late 60s and early 70s, and don't trust anyone over 30 kind of mentality for teenagers. That was a phrase we had when I was a teenager, don't trust anyone over 30. So there was, like, if somebody was an authority, you just didn't question whether you would trust them. You would just trust them because they were an authority figure, so you would trust them. So him being a general, Rick Scott would trust him because he's a general, and he doesn't expect that a person, an authority figure, would do something to hurt the Hulk that way. If that makes it all sense.
It does a little bit, but just from the experiences he's had.
Yeah,
with him so far, I mean,
he's really naive. Naive.
Thunderbolt drove a damn tank into his house with his daughter inside.
Right. But yeah. So
I just
I got nothing.
I know.
I could just... Some of it's just a little bit off the wall. And I also remember that the audience for these comic books
is not thinking about this much.
10-year-old boys. They were 10-year-old boys. Like that age range. Comic books... were like 6th, 7th, 8th grade, 12, somewhere in there. So they would be totally cool with whatever Rick did.
Yeah, they didn't care about the story. They cared about the Hulk smashing things.
Right. So that's kind of the way. And yeah, and it's just the authority figure thing. He would just trust him, and then he figures out, oh wow, I can't trust him. What the heck, And so, yeah, that's kind of. I don't really like this series, and I'll tell you why. Because Hulk he's not a hero. He's just a guy who goes around and smashing everything.
Yeah.
He's not saving anything. I mean, it's really Rick Scott's the one that's saving the Hulk in every issue. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and if the Hulk saves something, it's kind of by accident, or it's really Bruce Banner when he was Bruce Banner. Like, he wasn't Bruce Banner in this one at all.
Right. So it's like, well, then who's the hero in this one? And it doesn't seem to really have one except for Rick Scott. And the one, like I said, the one he's saving is the Hulk. He's not really saving, um,
Yeah.
or if he does save humanity, it's by accident, like with the Toadmen. He just kind of accidentally
Yeah.
saves your planet from the Toadmen. It doesn't consciously do it.
And I don't like that Hulk's immediate from his creation is like kill all humanity. Like that was his setting.
Yeah, revenge, kill, destroy, like
What
and
happened? Nothing happened. You just became like a whole like if he's a mindless smashing machine, then I don't see how he could have a bigger uh you know idea of I'm going to destroy humanity versus like I'm just gonna go destroy things because I'm the Hulk. So it was just weird that he wanted to
yeah.
destroy all of humanity immediately off the bat.
I mean, really, if you want to destroy humanity, why did you get rid of the Toadmen? You could have just let them do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the ones before that.
So yeah, it was
Yeah.
weird. It's not.
It's not a superhero comic, I don't think.
No, it's probably
It-
more like a monster
yeah.
comic, but the but it's under that they're still under that comic book authority thing. So maybe this is a way to get like horror in without being horror, so that they could still be approved by the comic book authority thing.
I
That's,
guess, but the comic book authority, let's just kill everything, like
yeah.
smash and break everything with no. Yeah.
So I and you agreed, decided we're gonna read Doctor Strange next. We're,
Doctor
we're
Strange.
moving ahead a decade into 1974, and we're moving on to like magical crap instead of science crap because Marvel's not good at writing science crap.
Let's see if they do any better with magical crap.
Yeah. At least they'll have to make it up completely because it's not based on science. So, at least I don't think so. If they try to base this thing on science too, I'm going to be upset. Because it's going to be bad, I bet. Yeah, so this will be the end of Hulk for us. I was not impressed, but I was I like the Hulk better than the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Like I can feel them coming more into like story writing with this. This was a little bit later than the Fantastic Four. It was like probably the next one. Um, like the characters feel more fleshed out than the Fantastic Four. Of course there was only one girl in this, and she was terrible, a terrible character. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what her problem was. I'm going to try to see if I can install the Marvel app on my... Oh, crap.
So any wrap up, any overall commentary about the Hulk series that we read, or this one in particular?
No, just what I said before about him not being
A
very,
hero.
yeah.
Yep. All right. So next week will be Doctor Strange, and
And you can't put the app on your computer. I just tried.